Good morning, my captain. I am the Cadet Sanchez Larandre Felipe. In this video, I will continue with the explanation of the procedures of command, where we'll continue with the necessary movements, which consist of this displacement, armament, and equipment to locate them in a central area, in order to advance future combat action or logistical support. Here, we will consider the first principle of the movements, where we analyze different aspects such as the analysis of the terrain, the organization of the unit, the maintenance of communication, among others. We will also have to take into account and let the soldiers know the kinds of movements need, as being in the position of attack and to be towards a meeting area of a quill away the types of the movements that are tactical and administrative. Soldiers have to begin to take to account the techniques of ground movements, which are advanced, that is when the enemy is remote, guarded advance is when the enemy is probably, and finally advance by controlled jumps, and here the enemy is imminent, where we could enter in the combat at any time. Basical dance are the most important aspect that must be taken with initiating the necessary movement. Make recognition. In this step will allow the commander to be able to determine the characteristics that can have a room where the mission is to be performed, depending on the recognition can be complete, and in the same way modify the plane. To be able to perform the recognition must have involving the question where we will find what are the requisitions of the information, the most relative, and the security that is needed, what were the priorities assigned to each requirement, how long we have to carry out this recognition, what will be that most critical factor at the point where the recognition will be, and finally what stake will be assigned for the needs of recognition and the security for it. Will also take into account the methods of recognition, which start when the conditions are the already established. The area of operation is established, taking into account of the prediction terrain. The recommend can also be carried out by means of an indirect recognition, which in the carried out when the security conditions are difficult to reach, and will be done by medium aerial, the photographs, videos, and sandbox, amongst others. Finally, the reconciles have some technicals that are observation and handler rakes, surveillance, where will be out or reach of enemies' firearms, will the observation and short range, the supervigilance with information to the position of the enemy, realizing good cover and protection. Complete the plan. This is the sixth step of the command procedures, which will take into account certain generalities to take into account. We will begin the reorganize the tentative plan according to the what we investigate in the reconnaissance. After he is to be able to insert it to the subordinate like the order of operation, and use to be able to establish the types of weapons that we can use in the mission that we are going to release. Finish with this, we are going to have to into account the factors which are the mission in the area, the hours in which it instituted, and the which it finished, the routes to be used of organization established, action that will be used in the area against the target the action takes as soon as we have the contact with the enemy and the most importantly have the necessary communication. Ensure the command. This is the seventh step of the command produce, where in this step we are going to make now the hours subordinates what will be the purpose that we establish for the accomplishments of the mission, where we are going to give in the now verbally, where we have to have in the mean that in this has to be clear, complete, or brief. We will take in the count the three main parts of the order, which are the head, body, and the end. There will found in the body the symbols CMEHAMA, which as the main situation, execution, HPC, command, and the communication establishing. This with now that in the situation we analyze the several factors that we took in account at the beginning of the order of operation, as the is enemy device force composition, the capacities that they have, and the atmospheric time. After this we continue with the execution, where we'll see the attention of the commander, the purpose of the operation, the key tasks, and the final states of the troops on enemy. At the moments of starting with the HPC will take into account the six classes of supplies which will help used to make the fulfillment of the mission more effective, and prepared with the necessary materials as they are food, clothing and equipment, fuel, special equipment, ammunition, and military health. With will lack the command or communication, which will establish the location of the PDM on the succession of the chain of commands so we can perform on establish the sync, the send, and sync among others. Supervision and testing. Final, we have the eighth step, that is the supervision is tried in the step will apply what has already been given to understand of subordinates, and will continue with the previous steps before the mission, where the maneuvers and the action to be performed again to target the crunchy of area, appropriate the taking to carry out the embarkation and disembarkation of the troops themselves, the coordinate the links between and allied units, where the pros of carried of the in case the action to be taken in the case of unforced attack. At the times of the finally, tests will be done in similar field as possible of the same time or with same weather condition, where the mission was carried out. The troops will be informed of course of action by means of the map.